Hey ladies, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Mrs. Emily Paints, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this burgundy smoky eye with the Rich palette by Beauty Bay. If you're new, welcome. Remember to subscribe so you guys can watch more of my makeup tutorials. So first we're going to be starting off with the shade Chocolate, and I'm using a big flat brush to apply this onto my lid. I did not set my base, you guys. I'm using the base from Glamlight, and I'm going to be applying this all over my lid as dark as possible, you guys. And also I recommend applying this in tapping motions so that the eyeshadow sets our base, you guys. And now I'm taking my brush with no product and I'm gonna be blending out the outer edge of our eyeshadow. And what this is gonna do is just gonna make sure that the outer area is blended, so when we apply the other color it's easier to blend, since this is a very dark shade, you guys. So now I'm gonna be going in with the shade Shiraz, and I'm just going to be going in with a small fluffy brush, and I'm going to be blending this in small circular motions. Remember, you guys, to apply product little by little. You don't want to apply too much at once, because if you do, it's going to be harder to blend out. So as you guys can see, I'm taking my time to add some more eyeshadow on here, and I'm going in small circular motions. Also, you want to hold your brush towards the end of the brush, because at the end of the brush you apply less pressure onto your eye, making it blend easier, if that makes any sense. I normally like to start blending in my outer corner and then working my way over towards the inner corner, you guys. So just little by little, take your time. See, I'm just applying my second coat of eyeshadow, and now I'm going in the center area of my eye, and then I'm going to take this towards the inner corner, but then I'm also going to continue to grab more product as I go along, because this shade, especially because it's reds, like red undertones, they can, smear really bad and it's hard to fix. So I recommend you guys are very careful with these shades. Also, it did stain my eyes, you guys, but I will show you guys a trick while I'm blending this. Something that worked for me is Dawn soap. I know it sounds weird, but Dawn soap took away all the stains that this eyeshadow left on my eyes. And it was random because I didn't have my liquid with me to remove it. So I used Dawn soap after using a makeup towel remover, and it removed everything. So another thing that worked for me is the soaps that I used to sell on my website, but I need to make some more because it removes any stain, you guys. Okay, and this is my second layer of eyeshadow, you guys, with the shade Shiraz. I'm just adding some more so it brightens up and it's darker and it blends as well. So we're going from the outer corner to the inner corner like so, and in small circular motions. Okay, and next I'm going to be going in with the shade Organza, and I'm going to be showing you guys what that looks like right now. I'm using a big fluffy brush to apply this because I want it to look as blended as possible at the top. It's okay to touch your brow bone, you guys, line your brows. It's totally fine because it's a very light shade, so it'll look nice. It's okay. And we're just going to be blending this in small circular motions from one side to the other. The bigger the brush on the brow bone, the more blended it looks, as long as you grab small amounts of product. Now I'm going in with the shade Shiraz one more time, and I'm going to be blending this out in the same area in small circular motions just to darken it up, because the shade does come off when we apply other colors on top. But it's okay, like I always tell you guys, we can always go back in with some more product. What we cannot do is add too much eyeshadow and then fix that, because then it's harder to blend, you guys. So yeah. And I'm just making sure that I get every little corner, especially this inner corner right here. It is probably the hardest area to blend out because it's such a small area. And then on the outer area of this shade, I'm kind of going in circles with no product right now so that it can blend some more. And I'm going back in with the brush that I used earlier, the big one, but I'm not using any product. I'm just using this to blend just like that. And now I'm going back in with a little bit of more product just to blend it out, since I did take some of it off with the big brush. I know it could be super overwhelming because you're going back and forth with all these brushes and everything, but this is why I'm showing you guys step by step so you guys can get the same outcome, because I would hate to watch a tutorial where they don't show you everything that you do. Like in my tutorials where I do short term or short content, I don't show every step just like in these videos I do. So I always prefer longer content. Now I'm just going back in with the shade Chocolate, and I'm just adding some more of that shade If you guys hear any noises in the background, I'm so sorry. Now I'm going to be taking a Neutrogena makeup remover towel and I'm going to be removing any excess powder that landed on my face. And I'm going to be cropping this area out because I really like the sharp edge. And then now I'm going in with my Sweet mascara. You guys, this is perfect if you just want to apply like a coat or maybe 2 or 3 because it looks natural. And these are my Violeta lashes, you guys. You can purchase them down below in the description. They're from my website. They're super cute. I use them in every look. And now I'm going in with the shade Florentine, you guys. And we're going to be applying this with a small flat brush on our brow bone. I did want to use a shimmery shade just to make it stand out some more. And then after that, I'm going back in with this brush. And it has the shade Organza. But we're not applying any product. We're just using it to blend these 2 shades together. I really like this fluffy brush, you guys. And now I'm going back in with the shade Chocolate. And I'm using a small flat brush just to apply this tightly onto my lower lash line. I suggest you guys tightly press onto your skin with this brush because you don't want it to get on your foundation. I really hate having fallout after I add everything on my face. So make sure you guys are pressing tightly so that it comes on smoothly and you don't have any fallout. So now I'm going in with the shade Shiraz and I'm going in with a small fluffy brush and it's the one we were using earlier, and I'm just going to use this to blend this shade out. And then after that, I'm going to be going back in with the shade Chocolate and I'm just going to be intensifying that shade a little bit more with the same brush. And then after that, I'm going in with my eyeliner from ColourPop. This is not my favorite eyeliner anymore, you guys. I mentioned it in other videos. It smears a lot, so I don't really recommend it. It looks beautiful at first, but it smears later on in the inner corners. But anyways, I'm gonna look for a new one. Now I'm going back in with the shade Chocolate just to blend out the eyeliner and that shade together. And then lastly, I'm going in with the shade Florentine and I'm going to be adding some of that shimmer shade in that inner corner to give it an extra pop. Now I'm using my Italia Deluxe eyeliner to add this little line in the inner corner. It's very hard, you guys, to do this on camera. And I'm going in with my Sweet mascara just to put some coats on my lower lashes. I added specifically 3 of them. And I did this off camera, but I did add a little wing at the end there because I thought it would look nice with this look. And this is the finished look, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Comment the word burgundy if you watched this all the way through. And yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.